What's going on, guys? Get123 here with more Grand Theft Auto 5, and today's video is something a little bit different. Have you ever wanted to own the car that you see on screen right now from Grand Theft Auto 5 that is the Banshee in real life? Well, guess what? Now is your opportunity to do so. If you've got some money lying around, check this out. Remember the car that GameStop gave away during the release of Grand Theft Auto 5? It was a Dodge Viper, actually modified to look exactly like the Banshee from GTA 5. Well, the person who won that car is actually selling the exact car on eBay for the price of $170,000, which is pretty crazy, but hey, at the end of the day, this is the one and only GTA 5 Banshee in real life. So I have a link to the auction in the description below for you to check out yourself, but in the meantime, while you look at these photos of it, just to give you a little bit of background information, based on what it says on the auction, it sounds like this was won by basically a soccer mom. It sounds like one of her kids probably wanted the game and they won it, and now her kids are going off to college and she simply doesn't want the car anymore. She wants the money for it instead, and I can only imagine that, like, even to insure this thing, the insurance costs must be ridiculous. They must be through the roof, so I don't know. The cost of ownership of this vehicle would be super high, and that brings us to the next thing that I want to talk about. The price. $170,000. Come on, is this car really worth $170,000? Well, I did a little bit of research, and I can actually offer you guys some insight. So what I did was pretty simple. All I did was search the VIN number on Google, but that actually yielded some pretty good results. And when I did that, one of the top results was this page right here. What you're looking at is VINhistory.com, and the VIN number on screen is actually the exact car that is being sold in the auction, because the person selling it posted the VIN number, so when you do a simple search of the VIN number, it takes you to this information here. And you can see at the bottom there that the car was registered in September of 2005, but then the juicy information is right below that. On March 20th, 2012, the car had 1,294 miles on it, and it was for sale in Jacksonville, Florida for about $60,000. So when it was for sale at that point, I can only assume that that is where Rockstar bought it. That would have been, appropriate timing with Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out, roughly a year and a half later, and that's probably the point where they bought it from that seller, because I really don't think that there would have been time for another owner to be crammed in between there. So I assume that this is the point where Rockstar bought it, and then they did all of the necessary modifications to turn it into the GTA 5 Banshee. But the price tag was $60,000. Right off the bat, don't assume that they paid $60,000. They probably offered something like $50,000, $55,000 and got it for that price. But, now it's for sale for $170,000. Okay, here's the thing with super high-end cars. People do not like super high-end cars to be modified like that. When it's something as nice as a Dodge Viper, chances are they probably want it to just be how a Dodge Viper is supposed to be. In my opinion, that's probably actually devalued the car, because true car enthusiasts do not want a Dodge Viper modeled after a car in a video game that's, been completely changed. A true car enthusiast is going to want a Dodge Viper, and I would say the person who buys this car is probably going to want to put it back to how it is, supposed to be. However, I know there is a market for this car. There are Grand Theft Auto fans who would love to have this car, including myself. However, I do not have the money for it, and even if I did have the money for it, I wouldn't buy it. So, there is a market for people out there who do want a GTA 5 Banshee, but most people who have this much money, are going to be wanting to buy an actual Dodge Viper. A lot of people probably are going to be like, what the heck is a Banshee? And they don't want a Banshee. So, I don't know. I think this whole entire story is pretty interesting and kind of comical and kind of neat. I don't know. I really like it. It's interesting to see that the person's actually selling it after winning it from the whole GameStop giveaway thing, and I don't know, just tell me your opinions on this in the comments below. Would you buy this car, and is it worth $170,000? I know a lot of my subscribers have a lot of car knowledge, and definitely tell me what you guys think. If you know a little bit about cars, tell me what you think this car is worth. Did this devalue it, or did it add value to it? I'm curious to know what you guys think. So with that, please stay tuned for more videos in the future. I will see you next time.